Today in St. Peter's Square, Pope Benedict gamely carried on with his regular general audience without directly addressing the scandal that has unsettled his papacy. No contrition, just guidance on priestly conduct.
May priests everywhere be conformed ever more closely to Christ as heralds of his message of hope, reconciliation and peace.
Some in the crowd were not cheering.
I must really confess that I am disappointed from the Catholic Church.
And in this country, lawyers for victims filed lawsuits naming the Pope and alleging a cover-up. But just 4 days before Easter, defenders of the Pope here and abroad are mounting a counteroffensive against the accusers. The Vatican's top doctrinal official specifically called out the New York Times for coverage he called deficient by any reasonable standard of fairness. The Pope, he said, is owed a debt of gratitude for introducing needed reforms. In Wisconsin, where the late Father Lawrence Murphy may have abused some 200 deaf children over 24 years, the Pope's allies insisted there was no evidence he knew about it as the church's top disciplinarian back in the 90s and chose not to act. And Archbishop Jerome Listecki of Milwaukee last night said mistakes were made, but not by the Vatican.
The mistakes were made here in the Archdiocese of Milwaukee in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, by the church, by civil authorities, by church officials, and by bishops.
But the church, he said, has changed. We hope and pray our actions have become a model for what to do after decades of what not to do. Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Chicago.